The Tories say the creche is an ill-conceived luxury that will place an intolerable burden on ratepayers.
It's extremely expensive. It's going to cost £16,900 per baby per year. And I think you could put the baby 3 times through a major public school for that sort of money. It's just not on as far as the ratepayers of Southwark are concerned.
The council dispute the Tories' figures, saying they've been inflated by putting the £100,000 capital cost in a single year's budget instead of spreading it, and by including the financial penalty that will be imposed if the creche costs put Southwark over its budget. The real cost, they say, will be more like £160,000 per year, £360,000 if the financial penalty is taken into account.
Well, it's about a 500th of the council's budget. And in those terms, it's not such a large amount of money to actually begin to talk about equal opportunities. Were the government to be less punitive towards the deprived inner London boroughs, the cost would be far less.
The nursery would serve about 30 working mothers, a tiny fraction of the council's labour force. The alternative for them is to find a childminder or a home babysitter, but they're not always easy to find.
Nursery provision is woefully inadequate, and in our borough and in most boroughs, the limitations on the access to the ordinary council nurseries are such that only a tiny proportion of women ever stand the chance of getting them.
So for many mothers, the creche would be a godsend.
It was when they decided to have the creche, I finally decided that I would try and get pregnant, because it seemed to me to solve a lot of problems that I thought would prevent me from having a child, because I'm not really very happy about the thought of childminders, but and creche I feel I'd be quite confident about.
The creche scheme will get the final go-ahead, funds permitting, in the new year. Rita Carter in Southwark for Thames News.